Hey guys, before we get going for today's video, I just want to let you know I am in the process of putting together a free options masterclass on YouTube. I'm going to start a brand new video series teaching how to do options trading from the very beginning. I'm going to pretend like I'm talking to somebody that knows absolutely nothing about options trading. We'll work our way up with the beginner level introductory videos, and then we'll end with some of the more advanced strategies and concepts. We'll talk about the Greeks, we'll talk about calls and puts and theta gang, we'll talk about buying options, selling options, and all of the different strategies that you can do with options trading. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on that notification bell so you get notified when those videos come out. I'm gonna put a lot of effort into these videos, so they may come out once every week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on how quickly I can get them made, but they're not gonna come out daily like these daily videos. So make sure you are locked into the subscribe button and that notification bell. Hey everybody, how's it going? As promised, this is episode 2 for today. We're going to talk about space, Virgin Galactic. It's had a pretty big week for better or for worse. Let's get right into the video. I've already talked about the heat map in my earlier video today, but just as a quick recap, it looks like it was an overall red day, kind of flat to red. Amazon and Microsoft had good days, but every other sector was either flat or in the red. Let's hop right into it. Let's talk about space, Virgin Galactic, and start off by looking at the Robinhood chart. We will talk about some recent news, and then we will end the video like we always do on updated technical analysis and make some predictions of where I think space is going to trade for the rest of the week. So today, actually, after 2 days of selling off, space had a nice rebound today, which is not what I wanted personally, but for those of you that had shares or maybe had options, probably got a little bit of a reprieve today. Space was up at one point around lunchtime, up almost 10%. And then we kind of melted off a little bit. We did close the day up 5.5%, and we're slowly melting up after hours to another roughly 1% after hours. So overall green day today after basically 2 days of sell-off. I mean, take a look at this. And if you're not aware, this is because on Saturday, Space or Virgin Galactic had their test flight, one of 2 that they need still to get certification from the FAA for regular space flights. And unfortunately, they had an issue, and although nobody was injured and the spacecraft wasn't damaged, the space flight did not go as planned. So as expected, investors did not see that as a good thing. And this stock sold off pretty significantly over the past 2 days. You can see overall for the past week of trading, it's still down 14%. Now, I say that today's green day was not what I wanted personally because I am currently trying to wheel space. I do want to own shares because I do believe in this company long term, but I want to own shares at a low price. I want to catch this stock on sale. So I was hoping that we would have a continued sell-off. We'll take a look at the end of the video to see what the charting is showing us, what the technical analysis may suggest. But we did have a little bit of a green day today. Well, it's going to be interesting to see if we continue green tomorrow and Friday, or if today was just a little bit of a blip and we're still going to continue selling off. Because as of right now, Space has still not decided on when they're going to reattempt this test flight because they need to do it. And it seems as though their plan was by the first quarter of 2021 to have Sir Richard Branson actually go up and hopefully prove that their company is successful. But because of this, they might delay their plans by another quarter or so. We don't know yet. So there is a little bit of uncertainty there. Let's take a look at a news article I saw. So this was on Investors Business Daily. This was actually from 2 days ago. And the title of this article is Virgin Galactic sinks after aborted test flight, but here's why Wall Street isn't worried. And if we scroll down, you can see the analysts at Morgan Stanley, they give 4 reasons why they're not concerned about this aborted test flight. And the first reason is that it helped to confirm the spacecraft's safety. So the reason why they aborted this test flight is because their rocket engine did not ignite like it was supposed to, and their fail-safe mechanisms or their safety mechanisms kicked in and they worked like they should. So that's why I said nobody was injured and the spacecraft just kind of glided back to Earth as it should have. So that's a good thing for Space or Virgin Galactic. The second point says that investors are more interested in a string of successful tests and less about the exact timing of the last test before commercial service. So I think what they're trying to say is the investors want to see overall at some point that they pass all their tests, they get the FAA certification. It doesn't always have to happen on the first try. As long as it happens at some point, then the company is still on an upward trajectory. The third point says the cash position remains strong enough to withstand an extended delay. So it seems like financially, they're doing okay. They have the cash on hand, and maybe they were even expecting that things are not always going to be 100% every single time. So it seems like they have enough cash on hand to weather any sort of storm or delay. And the last point they make says that Virgin Galactic stock can still reach the bull case price target of 54 with the successful execution of test flights going forward. So that is music to my ears. If their price target is $54, right now it's trading for basically half that. I'm kind of regretting this because I actually own shares of Virgin Galactic for $19 a share a few months ago when I was wheeling it. And I let those shares get called away for a profit. But now I kind of wish I held onto those shares because even right now, I'll still be up a few $100, if not a few $1,000. So let's take a look at the technical analysis on TradingView and see what the charting is showing us. So here's the TA on space that we've done over the past few days, but you can see this TA goes back for months of trading because I have been looking at this stock for a long time. And taking a look at this candles here, you can see these are all daily candles. If you're new to the channel, the orange line represents the 21-day moving average, the pink line represents the 50-day moving average, and here's the RSI, which right now is just at about 50. So not really overbought, not really oversold. We're kind of right in the middle. And I have these yellow lines, which are areas of support and resistance, and I have these Fibonacci retracement levels set up as well. Just to do some editing, I am going to just extend this out a little bit just so it fits our upcoming data. Now, I mentioned in my earlier videos that this is the big sell-off from December 11th to this Monday, December 14th. In the weekend here is when that aborted test flight happened. So as expected, we did have a pretty significant sell-off. We went from about $32 all the way down to a close on Monday of about $26.50. We continued to sell off, I believe, about 7 or 8% the next day, which was yesterday, all the way down to about $24.50. But today, like I said, we had a rally. We were up 5.5%. So we made up some of those losses. The thing I'm looking at right now is I have this trend line that's at $25.50. And right here, actually, is the 61.8% Fibonacci level, which is right where we closed today at $25.90, just shy of $26. So I'm actually wondering if I should extend my trend line up to just be equal to the 61.8% Fibonacci level. Let's see what that looks like if I do that. It doesn't really make a difference. It does line up nicer with these wicks here back on July 27th and 28th. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's keep it there and see what happens because we did, like I said, close right at that level. Now, the one thing I want to note is that this sell-off is now trading below the 21-day moving average. The one thing I said in my earlier videos was I want to see if this trend line at what was once $25.50 or $26, if that holds a support. Looks like yesterday it did not, and today we closed just below it. So I'm thinking that right now, $26 is going to act as resistance, and our closest area of support right now that I've drawn is at about $24.40, let's say, so low $24. And you can see both yesterday and today, our intraday lows pretty much were right at that level. So right now, I think our trading range is going to be from about, let's just say $24.50 to about $26 until it decides what direction it wants to go. Meaning, was this the bottom of the dip yesterday? And are we just going to now continue on the rally to the upside? Or was today just kind of a blip on the radar? And are we going to continue selling off? I am actually favoring that we're going to continue selling off because right now, there is no good news on Virgin Galactic. If anything, it's just this lingering bad news from this aborted test flight. Now, the question then is, well, where's the bottom? I think this 2440 or 2450 support level, if I zoom out here, it's not really a strong area of support. I drew that because it's where our intraday high was before this huge run up. And there's just a few candles, few wicks back there, but there's not a lot of price data there. So for me, this is not a very strong area of support. I think right around $23, around mid to low $23 is going to be a stronger area of support because that's where the 50-day moving average is. It's also where the 78.6% Fibonacci level is right now, this thin blue line. So I think that's going to act as a stronger area of support if we do sell off. So I think we have the possibility, maybe even by the end of this week, to go all the way down to the mid to low $23 range. And like I said, personally, I would love that. If you look at the scrolling ticker at the bottom of this video, I currently have 4 cash secured puts at the $18 strike price that expire this Friday. I don't expect space to get down to $18 by this Friday, so I'm going to hopefully collect max profit on those options. And then Monday, I am looking to sell even more cash secured puts on Virgin Galactic. I would love, my ideal price target would be somewhere less than $20. I would absolutely love it if I could own shares at $19 or less right now. Like I said, we owned them at 19 before. I let those shares go for some profit, and I'm kind of regretting that. The ultimate dream of mine would be to own this thing for about $15. If I zoom out here, you can see for the past few months of trading, the lowest it's ever gone is about $14, $15. Yes, during peak illness, it went all the way as low as $8 or $9, but I don't think we're going to get that low. If you look at all these candles down here, they're all in the $14, $15, $16 range. If I could get assigned shares that low, then that's shares that I am never going to let get called away. Those are shares at a great price that I would either just boomer this stock and not sell options on those shares, or just sell covered calls and just keep rolling them out if they get tested, because those are shares that I would want to hold long term. I potentially think that this stock could easily go over $100 if they pass all their tests, start having commercial test flights. And think about it, even if you own this stock at $20 and it goes to $100 at some point, maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years down the road, that's 5x on your money. You would have multiplied your money by 5 times. So even right now, if I owned it at 19 and I let it run up and it held at about 34, 35, I would have almost doubled my money in about a month or two of trading. So space, one of the nice things is it's a very volatile stock. If you follow it, it routinely goes up or down 4, 5, 6, 7% every day. So even for swing trading, you can make a lot of profit in a day or 2 or 3 days. It's a very wild stock, and because of that, the option premiums are also very juicy. So if you've been following my channel for a long time, if all goes well, in about a week and a half now, hopefully my AMD shares, which is the bulk of my portfolio, would get called away. I'll make a net profit and complete the wheel on AMD. And I am going to be looking to reinvest that capital into wheeling space, maybe just flat out buying shares and selling covered calls. But personally, like I said, I am hoping for a continued sell-off. If the 50-day moving average breaks at $23, if space goes below 23, then I am going to be salivating, because then I think we'd certainly have a really good chance of going below $20 given enough time, especially because they haven't announced any sort of repeat date for when they're going to attempt the test flight again. So I think until that happens, until some kind of good news comes out on space, I think we'll have a slowly melt off, in my opinion. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Let me know if you have shares or options on Virgin Galactic right now. As always, join the Discord server if you're not in there already. Add me on Twitter, add me on Instagram, follow me on Reddit, and most importantly, I hope you have a green trading week and have a happy trading day tomorrow.